If you're a woman, particularly one who's going through menopause, this is very important for you. I'm going to summarize some of the important findings from this study, talking about creatine and how it can affect women, and also the effects it can have on menopausal or premenopausal women. For a lot of people, when they think about creatine, they're thinking about increasing muscle size or maybe getting stronger in the gym, but it's something that's extremely safe. And as it's been going on for years and years, there's more and more studies showing that it's not just affecting things like strength and performance, but it also has other effects on the body. So one of the first things we'll see here, of course, is it's going to be talking more about the effects on exercise. It's going to improve performance, improve strength, and improve muscle size. And this is particularly important for women who are premenopausal or menopausal, because this is a time when the change in hormones will start to affect how they can develop more lean muscle. If there is a reduction in lean muscle, it also means they're more likely to have thinner bones. So if there's a reduction in lean muscle, which unfortunately is more likely to happen during menopause, creatine can help to maintain that level so it doesn't deplete as much over time. As well as improving the size and the quality of the muscles, it can really just help with performance. And if it is something that you find that it's more difficult to do, whether it's exercise, whether it's a particular hobby or sport, and you are getting more fatigued, at a very simple level, having creatine can keep those energy levels higher so you can keep doing that exercise. Otherwise, it does become that downward spiral of feeling tired, not exercising, and it just gets worse and worse over time. For younger women who will be looking to get pregnant, they may have the concern that if I take creatine or any other kind of supplement, is it going to have a negative impact on me or the baby during pregnancy? Based on this particular study, it would suggest that actually it's going to be beneficial for the mother because it's going to be helping with her recovery. And as you can see, it says just here, a reduction in creatine stores during pregnancy can be linked to low birth weight and preterm births. So it actually can potentially help with the birth weight of your baby. However, please check with your doctor before adding any supplements, as any supplements you take during pregnancy can have a different impact on your body and the baby compared to ones you may be taking when you're not pregnant. An important caveat, as it says here, is that this needs to really be combined with resistance training, particularly when we're talking about healing of tissues, we're talking about muscle quality, and we're talking about strength. It's not enough to just take creatine and expect the muscles in the body to feel stronger and less fatigued. It needs to be combined with resistance training, and this will give you a better recovery from that resistance training. This is especially important if you are someone who is more likely to have thinner bones. Again, if you are postmenopausal, if you're thinner, if you don't have, maybe the greatest diet, all of these are more likely to give you thinner bones or osteoporosis. And this is something that can be prevented definitely with resistance training, having a good diet, and adding creatine in as a supplement to that. So in this part of the study, they're talking more about depression and mood. If you are going through pregnancy or post-pregnancy, menopause, post-menopause, that change in hormones in the body is a very common way it can start to trigger changes in your mood, which may even lead to depression. So while creatine is not a cure or a fix for depression, it can help to regulate the hormonal system and regulate the body better while you're going through these changes. Of course, this needs to also be in line with anything else that you're doing for your mental health, whether it's making sure that you're keeping good family ties, talking to someone professionally, even in extreme cases, if needed, taking medications for it. Something that's become very obvious in the research is the effects on cognition and on mental acuity. It's something that's been repeated in multiple different studies, showing that patients do have an improvement of their cognition when they are taking creatine. And a big part of this is because of creatine's effect on ATP stores. ATP is the way that your cells in the body produce energy. So if they're producing more of it, it can then start to, of course, have effects on things like your strength. But if it's starting to affect the cells that are in the brain, it can start to affect neuronal activity. As it does say here, creatine supplementation has been shown to support greater neural ATP synthesis, which provides a cognitive advantage for tasks that rely on the frontal cortex. So that's the part of cognition, attention, and memory. So that's why potentially some studies have been looking to see if it may be helpful for memory loss. And the way that this impacts sleep is the way that it's starting to affect the brain. When your brain is working more efficiently, that's where sleep can be much deeper and more sound. Here we come to the conclusion that taking creatine is extremely safe, and it's something that can improve the quality of muscle and of strength. It also can improve mental acuity and starts to impact some of the other systems in the body, including the hormonal systems. Particularly for women who are going through menopause, whether pre, during, or post-menopause, it can also be beneficial and help with maintaining bone mass. For women, especially women who are going through menopause, women who are slim, bad diets, it's most likely that they're going to have thinner bones or potential osteopenia or osteoporosis over time. By supplementing with creatine, this can help to reduce some of those impacts. Before starting to take creatine, especially if you have any concerns about your health or you have underlying other health problems, make sure that you check in with your doctor or a dietitian before starting any kind of supplementation.